salty and sweet.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Just like that new Girl Scout cookie. Oh, the Girl Scouts, oh, they are going all out with entrepreneurship and you know, girl power, and like girls can do anything. They have a huge thing.
And they have such a great product.
Such
Everybody
a great product.
has their favorite Girl Scout.
What's yours?
The Samoas.
That is, it seems like, oh yes, Samoas seem to be the hot thing. Wait, the Samoas are the,
It's all with the coconut and the like caramel drizzle.
Did you know, if you pop that in the microwave for like 10 seconds, it tastes like a homemade cookie?
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it.
The Thin Mints people, and I only know this because I've been watching Kara Sewell, my favorite. Love you, Kara. But they were talking about Girl Scout cookies and putting Thin Mints in the freezer.
Yeah, we put Thin Mints in the freezer.
I like the peanut butter ones. The peanut butter with the chocolate, I believe they're called tagalongs.
Yeah.
Tagalongs, yes.
There was one I saw, and I like, okay, like, don't get mad at me if I'm, like, totally off my rocker here, but they have ones now that are, like, a s'mores. I don't remember those. So, I actually ordered some of those. I'm gonna give that a try.
Okay.
But I got, like, 3 boxes of Samoas coming my way.
Bought from a little girl at Pizza Hut the other day.
You know?
She was, like, so cute. And Derek could not resist. He's like,
well,
Chris,
my Girl Scout cookies supplier, it's almost like having a Mary Kay supplier. Like, it's almost like having, like, your person that you go to for this stuff.
Yeah.
Sarah Nicholson. Maddie sells them.
She did the cutest video.
She did.
I love that. We gotta share that.
Are you stuck at home because you tested positive for COVID and those 5 days are really hard? Buy some Girl Scout cookies. They're the best things to get you through those 5 days. Check out the link below.
She was so
that caught my eye. I was like, that is a great idea.
Sarah was one of my favorite people, and she moved away to Arkansas, and I've been devastated ever since.
She's a good lady.
But she comes to Texas every now and again, and so she put it out there. She's like, if you order cookies from us, like if you're in Texas, I'll deliver them. Like it'll be like this week at the end of March or something like that. And I was just like sold. Like I get cookies and a visit.
What do you think about Girl Scouts? Because like, it sounds like such a great thing. Like, and a lot of times, like, I think we're narrow-minded as parents, or I know I'm pretty narrow-minded, as in like, this is what I know, so I know I want my kids to do athletics, or because that's what Derek and I did, or I want my girls to pursue art because that's what I know. They can pursue things outside of what we're used to, or what we've done in the past. I was in like brownies in elementary school.
I did brownies for like 1 day.
I think it can be a wonderful thing. I just don't know enough about it. What are your thoughts?
I'm with you. I'm for pushing your kids to try like anything that they're interested in. Like, let's try it. Go for it. And you don't know if you like something until you try it. Having said that, okay, Grace wants to try softball. She has brought this up to me a few times. We live in Texas. Softball's a big deal.
It is?
It is.
Oh, okay. I knew football was.
Football is definitely. We already do cheerleading, and she wants.
Softball.
She wants to try
that sounds
softball.
like that's not in her character. I feel like
That's
that's kind of like
okay, so that's
field.
kind of to my point. But softball is an expensive commitment to just try it. When I know her, and I just don't think it's like really her thing. Yeah. Grace is not a competitive person. Like she's an entertainer.
She is an entertainer.
She wants to be like center stage. So I really push for like the cheerleading, the dance, the things like that, because that really suits her personality. Softball, I'm kind of like, are you sure?
You just don't know like what your kid is gonna gravitate to or what they're gonna catch on to, but I do think it's about the exposure of different things. But yet, like, I tried so many things growing up that I just never felt like I did one thing and one thing well. I feel like if I would have just stuck with one thing, then maybe I'd be more successul at that one thing, and that could have helped me in terms of, I think, confidence in a lot of ways. But like, grateful that my parents exposed me to a lot of different things. You have to start kids so young anymore. So we're doing basketball and PE right now. Like, it's almost like they're behind. They haven't started like before 3rd grade. I'm like thinking, okay, so my daughter's in kindergarten. Okay, what is it that I want to put her in?
But okay,
You know?
the other end of that too, though, is like you start them really young, and then they change their mind.
And then they change their minds.
Yeah.
Or how much do you push? Or how much do you push? Do you,
Exactly.
you know? And what is the end result? Are you wanting them to get a scholarship, or are you wanting them just to be famous? Or, you know, by an
Or
NFL
just keep
player,
them out of trouble.
or just keep them out of trouble. So
Yeah. So, like basketball is a good example. You may want to add
I'm just
more.
gonna.
Not like a camp, but it was like a 1-day thing where the kids all came
just
out.
tried it out.
It was all different ages. They had like different stations where you did different different parts of how you do basketball, and it was like for a few hours or whatever. And yeah, they just saw if they even liked
it or not.
even liked it, and which Grace did it, and she was like, "No, I don't like this." I'm like, okay, like I have no problem spending $25 for you to spend the day doing this, and to be like, yeah, no, not really. Rather than like hundreds of dollars on equipment, which is what it would probably cost for softball, and then be like, yeah, I don't like it. Hardcore rule is if you commit to a team, you are committed for that whole season.
I like that.
And if you don't want to do it after that, fine. But you are committed for the full season.
I like that.
I don't want to do softball.
I know. But what I tell kids is just middle school is a time where you can try out everything. Try it all out. Like that flexibility and that time frame of trying to choose gets younger and younger and younger because it's just so competitive anymore.
If your goal is for them to get a scholarship and to be the best in if you are like that's what you want them to do, then yeah, you got to start them really young. And Grace started doing dance when she was like 4, I think, 3 or 4. And I had all these visions of her becoming this like famous dancer. And I'm like, she's gonna be incredible. She's gonna do competition. She's gonna be amazing. And then after a few years, it just kind of fizzled out. And I was just like, well.
So Grace is doing gymnastics right now, and she just then moved up to now level 2 in gymnastics. And she got a medal for that. They took her picture, and she was so embarrassed.
Oh,
but of course she was.
She's our introvert.
Yes, very much so. But I could just tell, like, I'm like, honey, that's what happens when you put the work in. Like, you practice really hard. Like, you showed up. Like, you did this.
Yeah.
Like, you could see the confidence builder, even just simply from, again, a little medal went from, level 1 to level 2, but I could just tell in her that was just such a confidence booster.
Yeah.
It was more of an epiphany to myself when I said it to you is, like, what is the end result?
I think as parents, our can't think of words today.
This is normal for me, so welcome to my life.
Your mind's gonna change over time too. You start off like really wanting them to be great at something. You're like, okay, I know they have potential to be really great at this. I want them to be great at this. But then after time goes by, it's like you kind of get to a point where you're like, I just want them to enjoy it, or I want them to find some competition. We did competitive cheer for a while, and what I wanted out of that was I wanted Grace to learn how to lose. I wanted her.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
That is probably lessons you can learn in being in a competitive sport of any kind, is just learning how to lose.
It's not even a sport. It could be a musical competition, or it could be. I'm just trying to think like outside the box because
the whole thing backfired because she ended up being like they were the only ones in their division, so they won by default every single time. I'm like, this is stupid. Like,